Sure, this is NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runners Alley, coming at you with the rankings round 4 by Demerit Hill Farm, Manchester Central, and I have a question for you guys. Part of this weekend.
My favorite part personally, I'm Colin Donnelly from Winnicott, and my favorite part was kind of seeing a little bit of a shift in those like top kind of athletes from New Hampshire at the Black Bear Invite. Like for example, like Luke Tazik beating Aiden Cox is kind of a switch from Manchester, flatter course, a little different. And just kind of it was a little pre-MOCs kind of meet.
Yeah, I'm Jack Taylor. I'm also from Winnicott. I know you don't see Rory on your screen right now. Don't worry, all of you Rory fans out there. He'll be back next week. He's on a college visit. My favorite part of this weekend was seeing how all the teams kind of mashed up on a flatter course. Manchester, of course, we all know is a completely different beast from Mines Falls. So it's nice to see how everyone stacks up on kind of a flatter course.
Mines Falls.
Yeah.
Mines Falls is Nashville South.
Yeah, I know, but MOC is out there.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Luke Kazik from Co-Brown, and I have to say that my favorite part from this weekend at the Black Bear Invitational was watching how the race developed and the front guys with Landon Ballancourt and Will Coogan. They just had a really fast second half of the race and pulled away from the pack. It was pretty cool to see.
I say my highlight, Ahmed Stoll from Kearsarge. And my highlight from this weekend would be Rory Curran State by over 40 seconds with a time of 15:47.
I'm Madison Hoppler from Oyster River. What about this weekend was seeing my teammates have a bunch of breakthrough races at Black Bear Invitational. Now going into rankings, so in 10th is Kennett, unranked, but this week they moved up in the rankings program with a newcomer, Grace Cassingay, who was previously Oyster River team.
Is Exeter, which is led by Grace Mercier and Grace Jordan. They're a really young team and have a lot of potential moving forward, especially into D1s.
8th is Bedford, so previously ranked 6th, led by Kari Rinko.
7 is Cole Brown, which was last week's number 7 as well, so they're pretty consistent. They saw the return of Addison Cox past weekend at Black Bear, and she had an amazing race coming back in the top 10. Cole Brown, as the team, beat Bedford and were only 6 points behind Concord.
This is Concord, led by Megan Orcutt, and a bunch of freshmen such as Molly Nyan and Sophie Hopkins, ranked 8th.
Number 5 is Hopkinton. They're led by Emma Roth and Sydney Stockwell, Kaylee Stockwell, and Anna O'Reilly. They won their homecoming meet by a lot and quite easily. Their pack time was a ridiculous 30 seconds, so they all came in that time period.
4th is Keene, last week, led by Michaela Randolph. Won a small invite this weekend, but on a very tough course.
Number 3 is Merrimack Valley, who was last week's number 2. They're led by the Sophia, so Sophia Reynolds and Sophia Rubinchek. They have been having amazing races these past couple weekends, especially at Manch Invite, and they have a lot of potential moving forward this next week.
Number 2 is Bishop Girton, last week, led by Caroline Fisher and Caroline Toll, both placing in the top 5 at Ocean State.
Mohegan, last week's number 3, so they did move up. They're led by Chloe Trudell and Mackenzie Hayden. They were one of the top teams in the Manchester Merges, so they're definitely living up to their ranking. They had an amazing meet at Ocean State this past weekend, beating BG by just a handful of points, so about 5 points.
Girls sleeper teams. Their team is Oyster River. Again, some of our girls were injured and sick, but next week at Kennett we have, and we're stronger than ever this season.
team is Kearsarge. They were number 10 last week, so they still have a lot of potential moving forward. They're obviously led by Maya Doobie, who has been having an amazing season, and so they definitely are looking to move up.
Our sleeper team is, of course, the Winnacunnet girls team. Don't hear a lot of them. They're pretty low key, but McKenna Whalen beat Addison Cox at the Black Bear Invitational in like
Big breakthrough
was it
race.
sixth? I think.
Yeah, 6th place.
Got some hardware. I saw her at school today with it. I was like, I don't know. She's like kind of having a moment. Who knows? She's followed by Maya Tabor and Olivia Benet. Whoa. That was French.
Yeah, the Winnacunnet girls team does not get much love on New Hampshire
Next.
cross country as of this point, but they are very deep and they are making a breakthrough return.
Benet.
I'm going to say my sleeper team is Kearsarge again. I don't think we had our sharpest race at Co-Brown, but I definitely think they'll be right up by Hopkinton by the end of the season.
Yeah, Luke.
My sleeper team is going to be Exeter. They're in the top 10 right now, but my prediction is that they'll move up throughout the weeks, and we can look and see what will happen in the future.
All right. Well, moving on to the boys' side, we got Wyndham ranked number 10. They're fresh into the top 10. They moved past Hanover, and they ran very well at the Black Bear Invite. Rohan Rise, their number 1 runner, he's kind of emerged this year as a star in New Hampshire cross country. He's definitely going to contend for the individual state title.
Yeah, pretty cool guy, Rohan. Likes my post on Strava, and he's like, they have a cool team Instagram account, and they're just like kind of, I like the chemistry that comes from them, you know? I think they're going to do something good this season.
They have some depth too. They're not just a one-man team. Trey Gonzalez has really emerged this year as a consistent runner, consistently sub-18.
Number 9, we have Bishop Girton, who moved up from number 10 without racing in any major invites this weekend by Carson Bottomley.
And Nate Fondakowski.
Yes. He's a sophomore.
Number 8 is Nashua North. They were out at the Ocean State meet. They're led by Rory Curran, who actually won with a time of 15:47. He's on a college visit. He'll be back next week to see you guys with New Hampshire cross country.
Yeah, Yassine Jakib is also a great runner. He's a sub-2,800 guy on the track, and he's very strong in cross country.
Yeah, that's a fun course too. Like we ran Brown Invitational last year, same course, nice flat, get a nice time there.
Very fast.
And coming in at number 7, we have Winnacunnet. So without their number 1, Colin Donnelly, this weekend at Blackberry. They're obviously going to be looking to make their way up in D1.
Yeah, honestly, like Winnacunnet, they're definitely pretty fast because we've actually been like tempoing all our past meets. Like we haven't tried at all, and we're setting up D1s.
Once they start trying,
like none of us.
yeah,
like
none.
it's just like I don't know. We're waiting for the important meets, so you guys,
Yeah.
we saved it for championship season.
All right.
No.
Oh, Oyster River is next. They are number 6. They were number 5 last week. I can see them moving up a lot. They're led by Miles Carrico. He is in the top 5, top 10 every single race. Andy O'Brien was sick this past week, but once he gets back in, I'm sure they're going to move up a lot.
Yeah, and like I feel like they're always they are low key at the beginning of the season. Like I remember last year when like Miles was like JV at like the beginning of the season and like roasting our JV squad at Bobcat, and then like he just pulls up at like the end of the season with just some like really fast times.
From JV in the beginning to 7th at state.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They're a really good team. Don't forget Owen Fleischer. He's fast.
Yeah.
Number 5 is Concord, moving up from number 6. They are led by consistent Evan Bragg. They leapfrogged Oyster River at Black Bear. They're still very much in content to battle for the D1 state championship against the Pinkerton boys, who are also really strong this year.
Yeah. Also, they have really good senior leadership. Ryan Devine and David Cook have been great runners for all 4 years of high school.
Yeah.
And I know Braden Kearns had kind of a rough race at Black Bear, but I would expect him to bounce back immediately.
And another thing off of Ryan Devine and David Cook, I know they've been like racing with each other since like 5th grade and middle school, like on the Deerfield team. So that's a plus for their team, the chemistry.
Yeah,
Solid
that team
squad.
always has great experience.
Oh yeah, number 4, Pinkerton. So they're led by Luke Brennan and Stephen Connolly. 3rd at Black Bear, behind Co Brown, and in front of Concord. Zach Plaza was sick. So was I and Andy O'Brien. I know that time of year, huh?
But he ran.
But I know. But then Nolan Preble as well. And that's just like a really strong team. They honestly, Joe Gags, he's definitely very proud. These boys are putting in that work, and they will definitely pull up at D1s.
Yeah, Pinkerton is, I'd say, one of the most well-coached teams in that they can be nowhere near like the top of the list in the beginning of the season, but by D1s, they'll come in 2nd or 3rd every year, no matter who they have. So the fact that they're number 4 this early in the season, I think really shows that they're a contender for the D1 crown.
And coming in at number 3, we have Londonderry, who was number 3 last week, actually. They're down at Ocean State this weekend, and they're led by their power trio of Ryan Young, Matt Griffin, and Will Heenan.
Don't forget, though, that Kerry Daly and Sean Clegg were their number 2 and number 3 runners at Manchester Invite this year. And they don't get enough love sometimes, but they have a great top 5. I'd say that they're one of the only teams right now that rivals the depth of Co Brown.
Number 2 is Keene, who hid at a private invitational. They're led by one of the top runners in New Hampshire, Jake Velazquez. So we'll see what they can do when it comes into the championship portion of the season.
Yeah, clearly it's saying something when we always rank them so high, and we like honestly don't even know anyone who they're racing with, and we're just kind of like, those are some fast times. Like, we're gonna put them up there. We trust that's legit.
When you have probably 4 guys on that team that can go sub 2 in the 800, you know that they're deep.
Mm-hmm.
Another note on Keene is that they beat the number 2 team from Massachusetts. So just don't forget about that when coming into the championship portion of the New Hampshire season.
Oh yeah, they have 2 contenders for the state title, and Jake Velasquez and Torrin Kindop. And Sergio Sartini and Nico Ramirez definitely give them some depth as well. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. That's us. Sorry. Go sidetrack. Co Brown. This young team's starting to grow up, and we're seeing them kind of like rise to like be one of New Hampshire's strongest teams, and led by Luke Tazik and Aiden Cox. They won Black Bear by over 10 points. By 10 points over Phillips Exeter. And Wyatt Mackey, Carter Sylvester, just like strong team. Anything else you want to say about that?
Well, personally, I think that they're a little overrated. I don't know if I would have them in the top 10. But to be real, anytime a team beats Bishop Hendricken at Manchester Invite, they're going to be the number 1 team until someone can prove that they're better than them.
I know, Aiden Cox. It was trying to chase down Aiden Cox at the end of Manchester. Man, that was tough. But
one thing about Black Bear, our guy who was number 4, Carter Sylvester, had a bit of a problem with his shoe. He fell off. So he didn't have his best race, but we had some other guys step up to the occasion.
Yeah, that happened to me at Sox. So
yeah,
tough.
Yep.
Good. I hope you all lose your shoes in MOC.
Don't wish that on anyone. Oh yeah,
yeah,
sleeper
sleeper
teams. What do you think?
All right, I think Conval boys are the sleeper team right now. They beat Wyndham, who we have at number 10. They beat them at Manchester, and they have a top 4 that can all run under 18 minutes. They still need a fifth man, but if they get some guy to move up, then I think they have a really strong chance of getting into this top 10.
Yeah, Sanborn, these Khalils.
Yeah,
they got
their
Manchester
younger brother
Cup.
won the middle school race. Yeah. My sleeper is gonna be Messinic, who's led by Landon Valancourt with a great time. Always when you have one of the top guys that can help, just have a really low number to start it out for you.
I'm gonna go with Messinic too. They got Landon obviously up front, but then Connor Traffy, I think he's a young guy that doesn't get enough love. Coach with Mike Smith, so I think he'll really help out with the team at the end of the season.
I'm gonna go with Hanover, who was number 9 last week. They do have a strong group of guys, but it's just probably the performance of this past weekend. But I do think that they have the potential to move up.
My sleeper team would probably also be Conval because they were previously ranked before, so their rankings.
One quick side note that the comments on this live stream are saying that they would like to see Kingswood and Merrimack be some sleeper teams, so they could potentially crack into the top 10 by the end of this year. So we'll look to see if the comment section is right.
Yeah, shout out to Hayden O'Hara too and Tommy Baker,
Tommy Baker
on the live stream right now.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Zach Plaza because he's right. New Hampshire cross country does need more of Jack and Colin.
Man, Caleb wants to smoke. How about sleeper teams that you're not on? Okay, our girls team. Shout out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. McKenna Whalen.
Boss. All right.
So here we're gonna ask you guys all a question. What are you looking forward to for upcoming this weekend? Personally, I'm looking forward to see how the Battle of the Border turns out between New Hampshire and Massachusetts. See what the outcome can be between us. Let's go 603.
Yep. Same as us. We got Battle of the Borders. Pretty well timed because, student athletes over here got some SATs that day.
Oh, yeah.
What do you have? You have the SAT. I have some subject tests.
Yeah,
U.S. history.
We might be taking the SAT that day. Also, I'm going to kind of have a little bit of a conspiracy that course might be a little bit short. So we're definitely going to try to run some fast times there.
Yep. We might have to bust out the measuring wheel.
Yeah, we might.
Ozzy has got the measuring wheel,
Oh yeah.
So
I have that conspiracy. Like, why do you think that?
I don't know. Like, we've just heard it. It's just
it's a rumor.
rumors around here. Like, I don't know. Alvin, where you at? Any Alvin kids out there? Paul Boletto,
get out the measuring wheel.
Is it a full 5K? If not, what's up with that?
All right, so at the end, we're going to do answering some of the comments that are in. So I saw the first comment was from Zach Plaza, and it says, which course is harder, Black Bear or Manchester? So which ones do you think? I personally think that Manchester is harder just because the hills are they grind you out the whole time.
Yeah.
Manchester is still the hardest course in New Hampshire. The Demerit Hill still wasn't harder.
No, Demerit Hill is definitely harder than Manchester.
I don't know. Control Freak 216. Do you know who that is? Hi. I like the username. But yeah, Manchester's just my favorite course, so that's a little biased.
I mean, I practice at Manchester every single day. So honestly, that course is really boring to me. So Black Bear is just a nice change, I guess. But I hate flat courses. No.
Did you go to? Wasn't there a fair at Deerfield Park? Did you go to that?
What?
Wasn't there a fair? I thought there was a fair. What?
Was.
Field?
Yeah.
Yo, I was just wondering.
Was anyone
That's
going
the
there?
Deerfield Fair. That's in Deerfield, not Dairyfield.
Very field. You got the wrong
Yeah.
town.
Just chatting. I don't know. All right.
Okay. So once again, okay, yeah. So what else are you guys looking forward to for this upcoming weekend?
I'm gonna say we're going up to Belmont, and that's like all the Division 3 teams basically go there. And it's usually a pretty good preview of states because it's just all the D3 teams head to head. They actually have a pretty hard course, almost on par with Manchester. A lot of hills. I think it'll be a good race.
Yeah. Looking forward to see that.
Anyone else?
Our team is going to Kennett this weekend, and we like Kennett a lot because it's a very relaxing and flat course, and the foliage is always there at weekend. So definitely looking forward to that.
So the Central girls are headed to Thetford, Vermont for the Woods Trail Run. Pretty hard course. There's a lot of hills. I know there's like one huge hill. I remember that from last year. And I remember it being like my favorite course of the season. Weird music. It's kind of like all classical music. It's not really like pumped up music.
Oh my gosh, that meet is like middle school. Like our middle school, that was like the classic course because like the middle school course, it was like less than 2 miles. So we just go and just get super fast times, and like they'd be playing like bluegrass or something, like weird music. And then you get like
Random
cool,
music.
cool merch, you know.
They have the best merch there.
Maybe if we just SATs. Oh, we wanted to go to Thetford, but
Yeah.
like Battle of the Borders is still like a really fun race. So
New England's is at Thetford sometimes. I think 5 years ago it was at Thetford.
Next
Yeah.
year, New England's is actually at Thetford.
Oh,
missed it.
yeah.
Should be
Missing
fun.
it.
I won't miss it. I'm the only one, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So if anyone has any more questions in the comment section, feel free to ask before we close out. So once again, this is NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runners Alley, and it was a great week this week with the Black Bear Invitational, and we're looking forward to this weekend's upcoming. So see you later, New Hampshire.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Won't see you next week, I guess. Rory's back.
Yeah. Protest if you want us back
Yeah.
next week.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Bye.